Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. All right, guys. Episode 1 was great. This is such a great idea. Just to have 3 funny people get in a room and have hilarious conversations and animate them. Genius. So this, because of the jokes of episode 1, they were talking about like iPods, and I'm guessing it's the late 2000s. 1998. You're kidding. Wait, no way. Wait. Series 1, 2010. What? So why did it... Okay. Let's do it. Original link to the video, top of the description, right below that. Link to the Discord. Click on that, send it right over there. I'd love to have you. Let's go. Okay. Wait, can you hear me? Hello, hello, test. You can.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing.
I love the transition to cartoon.
Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Rick, you'll be pleased to know we've already had some responses, and Simon and Mark have already emailed us in this link to something that was on the BBC News website. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's a remarkable story. Lion mutilates 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. That's just a headline.
That's a hell of a headline. That makes me want to know more about the story.
Well, that's what a headline.
That's a hell of a headline, but I can already immediately imagine the scenario that happens. It's at a circus. Makes it much more...
What a headline should do.
Spectators cheered as entire Cambodian midget fighting league squared off against African lion. Tickets had been sold out 3 weeks before the much-anticipated fight. The fight was organised when an angry fan contested Yang Shamoni, president of the CMFL, claiming that one lion could defeat his entire league of 42 fighters. Well, the fight was ended, Rick, after only 12 minutes, after which 28 of the midget fighters were declared dead.
Right.
While the...
This isn't real. This is not real. This is not real. No, this has to be an Onion article. Oh my God.
The other 14 suffered severe injuries, including broken bones, lost limbs, and they were basically unable to fight.
But the lion wasn't hurt?
It would have seemed that the lion was okay.
Oh, good. Well, that's amazing.
Carl, what are your thoughts instantly? I mean, you're bound to have a take on that.
See, what's annoying me is I've sent money to Cambodia because apparently they're hungry and haven't got any energy. So what's going on?
Instantly. I mean, you're bound to have a take on that.
See, what's annoying me is I've sent money to Cambodia because apparently they're hungry and haven't got any energy. So what's going on?
Well, it's much easier to fill up a midget than it is a regular Cambodian. You know, they're
I just
happy
feel
on
like
a Mars bar.
I'm being cheated a bit.
You were conned before with a charity, weren't you?
Well, a few times, yeah.
What about the old lady? What was that?
I got stopped, and it's like they sort of drag you in by saying, "Have you got a gran?" And I said, "No, they died," and that. It's like, "Oh, did they die of the cold?" No, she's, ill, what have you, just old age. He said, "Well, what happens with a lot of people's grans is they die in the cold, right?" So I was like, "Oh, that's bad, isn't it?" Anyway, so she's chatting, and she's showing me pictures of these old women who look cold, right? Saying, "Look at her, that's Edna. She's got no family, she can't pay the bills and all that."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Anyway, it goes on for about 15 minutes, and you feel bad. You give them your bank details, right? And what happens is, every couple of months, you get a letter from Edna. Well, it's not from her, it's typed up and what have you. But there's a picture of Edna right? And it's saying, oh, this December, you know, Edna's going to be extra cold. It's cold outside. She can't afford to pay the heat and what have you.
Yeah.
Keep going, right? So you keep paying every month like £5 or whatever. Get another letter a few months later, right? Edna's sat there. She's got a tan.
What do you mean she's got a tan?
Well, when they said, you know, she's cold, I thought they meant for the heating, not to send her on holiday for a month. She sat there with a tan. I'm not joking.
Are you sure it wasn't just a sort of a slight problem in the printing?
No, definitely.
Sure, it
She
wasn't
looked well happy.
Sure, it wasn't liver failure.
You see, when does it become like bad to avoid people like that? Do you know what I mean? Because some people say you shouldn't. You know, they're people.
Am I in camera? Oh shoot! I'm sorry if I was off camera. This is the max distance I like to go up to. And so that's still in frame. Okay, we're good. Sorry if I was out of frame for a sec.
People like us who just had a bit of bad luck.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah, I know, but I remember one on our estate, right? And she was a bit. What's the word that you can use? Because I don't want to offend anyone. But I'd say but sort of mental homeless. Is that a term?
That's the official term.
I think that is the
new official term. It's mental homeless-itis.
Right, so she lived on the estate and what have you, and she aged.
How was she homeless if she lived on the estate?
Well, she sort of decided to stay around there because I think people on the estate spoke to her more than people who had money. So this mental homeless woman on the estate, and what she used to do, right, she acted quite normal, and she used to always push like a pram around with her, right? Everyone was like, she can't have a kid, can she? Right? And she was dead happy every day. She was up and down, walking up and down the road. Anyway, one day she got to walk.
Please don't tell me there's a dead child in the carriage. Please tell me.
Past, right? Turned round and looked in the pram. There's a bucket with a face on it.
Thank God. Good.
Rick, we've had an email here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul...
What'd they say? What'd he say?
Rick, we've had an email here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul... And he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker. He's emailed in. He's given himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks,
They're
are they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul the Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that.
Yeah.
That I can't wait to...
So when you
He's Italian.
picture him, what are you thinking?
You know, Johnny Two Times? I'm thinking of an Italian guy.
Milhouse.
Right, okay.
I think he looks like Milhouse from The Simpsons.
I've never seen The Simpsons, and I feel like I have to watch it just to get references. That's the reason I've watched Seinfeld. It's because, like, well, I guess I have to watch it because there are a bunch of references I don't get.
Yeah. He's working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large
possibly.
organisation?
Oh, I think he might still be at school.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like Doctor Who can be a party animal, yes.
So it's like when someone's called Big Joe, and then you go look at him, and he's actually really tiny. It was just an ironic name.
Do you think that when people are organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got to get on the list and make sure he's guaranteed...
Party animal.
as a
You've got
guest?
to take Paul the
It's
party animal.
Parker.
Because I bet he's got millions of affectations. I bet he wants to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the scarf.
He's the guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky.
I love bowling.
And it is fairly interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. A Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women. And he's appealing to Western women to test his device. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. As soon as I read this, I was thinking...
7.5 inches.
It's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in. Yeah, okay. So there's what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine, I got to stand behind here. There's a lot of dials and stuff. I don't want to bore you with.
Well, why do you have to stand behind it? Just
I can't. It's technical stuff. But I got to go behind the machine.
but there's no penis on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
No, don't worry. What
It'll pop out.
happen is I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking
It
penis?
will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular fleshy human penis.
So you've made this sort of like robotic penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance.
Okay, well, I don't want to see yours.
No, that's absolutely not.
Because I've not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know, you've come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
and that is exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a
well,
piece of mechanical...
To a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you.
Well, it serves a purpose.
What purpose?
No.
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
Just you know,
Something to do in the
something
evenings
to do, innit?
when the telly's broke.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that's
No.
to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
Like that though,
Guys, I saw.
the old sort of knob on a stick machine thing.
The old Roman
I love that.
stick. I'm sorry, but I watch Time Team every week.
Ah,
and Louis
yes.
Robinson has never done that. An old knob on a...
Hey, good question. Are there any Roman Roman museums? Were there any ancient sex toys?
on a stick.
I just think of Julius Caesar sitting down and go, okay, aqueduct, we love that. Thanks for that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. What have you got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Ploncticus. What have you got there?
Asked.
Wanklicus.
What I've got here is a Yodi knob, and I've put that on the end of a stick.
Oh, a sticker's phallus. Okay, well done.
Guys, why do women prefer when the balls are attached? Like, what purpose do the scrotum, just to make it more realistic?
Wanklicus. Well done. You are my new right-hand man, as they say.
Oh, I bet it's easier to grip.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like these metal pants that they used to wear.
I don't know what that is.
Metal pants.
Assless chaps.
Is that a chastity belt, you mean? They used to make women wear them so that they
When-
could
when-
have sex
when-
when
No, but
men were-
they had them for blokes as well, though.
metal pants for blokes.
Yeah,
Why?
I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean.
What's
Sexy
sexy?
metal pants.
Well, we'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something.
Metal pants. I'm thinking of what you call trousers. So metal underwear. Sorry, that makes a difference.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean.
What
With
are you
sexy
talking
metal
about?
pants.
Well, we'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that they used to wear.
But what are you saying? Sexy metal pants?
That was
They had a
British Museum. That
bulge.
was Soho.
No, what I mean.
That was Old Compton Street. You were looking
They
at the
always
shop
had to
window.
be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit sexy but protective at the same time.
So, Lancelot, are you ready to face the Black Knight? Yeah. What do you think of these? Huh?
I just want to look good on the battlefield. Will there be women watching, cheering us on?
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about with your
I'm going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
No, well, it's a good chest. I've been working out.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is you want
I've
metal all
actually
over.
been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out. I do that about 4 times a day.
But that machine, right? Why?
Not to mean any disrespect, but Stephen Merchant. I always forget this guy's name. Stephen Merchant.
Did it have to be a woman?
Today.
But that machine, right? Why? Did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I
Let
don't
me
know.
just check. It doesn't actually specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a little gay fella be?
I don't know. I don't want to see it. I'm just saying they're sort of more.
Why do Carl? Why do you want?
don't wanna see it.
Why do you want to
Don't wanna
watch
see
a
it.
gay man get buggered by a robot?
I wasn't the one typing in gay machines on the internet, finding stuff out about them.
It's not a gay.
Should I type that in? Gay machines. I'm not pressing enter, and there's no way.
Machine. You just made it into a gay machine.
Yeah, he wanted to pleasure women with this machine. You're saying, can I see a little gay fella get a robotic cock?
You
up
were
his
just
arse?
asking.
You're the one requesting that, Carl
I don't want that.
Pilkington.
I'm just saying that.
You're the one that wants to see gay men with metal stuff up their anus.
What I'm saying is they're more up for a bit more experimentation than.
What are you saying?
True.
Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
I mean, that's just a fact. I heard in P-Town, which is a place in Cape Cod, very like known as a very gay place, gay friendly place. Did I just make a racism? But how like during the big party nights during the gay pride week, all the men would go under a pier where you couldn't even see anything and just start feeling around. I've never been there. I've just heard of this from a friend. I've heard of it.
No, they just, you know, butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is...
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What do you know about butt plugs?
I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just walking past. I was
asking for a friend.
And
Your
you
eyes
sort of
glistening.
looking.
Why were you walking past a sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, and I passed one, and there was a little sort of... One, it was open early, which I never understood. Right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right?
Who's rushing out?
Who's rushing out, yeah. Who needs them now, right?
Yeah.
But
Actually, when you think about it, I would pick the hours to be like ready and stocked and, you know, you know, enough employees during times of the day where you wouldn't see a lot of people, because if you're someone going to the shop where it's not like a wife and husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, you might want to be discreet, and so you might go at odd times of the day. Maybe I should start a business.
I must get a bagel and some poppers on the way to work.
Oh, look, butt plug.
I walked past it and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was like, pop in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plug.
Don't tell me that there are actually these windows on the street in London. There are windows where kids can walk by and just see butt plugs.
Card type thing, and it was like, pop in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs. And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is I've since found out what they do with them.
I think
When
you
they do that with them.
From the name, you plug your butt. I gotta shut up. I mean, the answer's in the name.
Give them a go on that.
Another email here. It's an interesting fact. I'm hoping it's true. America's first nudist organisation apparently was founded in 1929 by 3 men. Now, what intrigued me when I read that is the fact that it's clearly 3 blokes just trying to meet some nude women.
Exactly.
They're all 52 balding.
Exactly.
With little, sort of those gold-rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just wandering around, and it's all quite saggy down there, and they're just knocking on doors saying, we've just set up an organisation. It's perfectly above board, completely
Yeah.
legitimate. It's a nudist organisation. You got any women in there that want to come and join us? Because we haven't got any female members at the moment. Got any women in there interested in, volleyball or trampoline?
I can't be doing with it, me.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist, right? Do you ever get any who just have, like, a small knob?
An erection?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's that? What's the point?
My voice just cracked saying erection. Oh, but he meant small.
Have, like, a small knob?
Be proud.
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's that? What's the point?
Well, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal-sized knob, or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there? Just saying, most blokes who, nudists, they must be pretty confident in themselves to, I looked once.
Which means if you're a nudist with a really small knob, then I have a ton of respect for you. Very self-confident.
Where are you
Because
going
it's
with
natural.
this?
It's natural, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? This
As a
is
bloke.
Carl takes a sneaky look at menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's
Where
natural.
what's this happening? You were in a gym.
No.
A lot of guys are getting changed, and you were just checking out their knots.
You're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars,
No.
and there was a little fella across the road getting changed.
I was at some night out once.
Go on.
So you were at heaven, and you were in the
It was
toilet.
some night out, and some people come running on the stage, right? Some music started coming on, and these 4 people ran out. It was 2 women.
So
2
you were at a gay
blokes.
strip club.
It wasn't gay in that. It was just a normal night out. Well, some sort
I've
of
only
party.
been to a strip club once, and I kept tossing dollar bills into You know what I mean? But I was sinking them like Michael Jordan, and I kept getting them back. And then this some kind of weird 60-year-old guy came up and was like, "No, the first time here, you should see the girls in North Carolina. They..." Okay, man, I'm just kind of waiting for my friend who's...
Night out. Right. These gay in that, it was just a normal night out. Well, you know, some sort of party night out. Right. These people come running on, right? You got 2 women, you got 2 blokes. Right. They whip the knickers off, the fellas whip their undies off.
At the same time?
Yeah, all at the same time.
Was it like a choreographed thing?
So that happened, and all I'm saying is, right, before I had a look at the woman's bits, right, I just had a little cheeky glance at the fellas.
Why?
Just checking it out, just seeing is everything normal down there.
Why weren't your eyes drawn instantly to the ladies' bits?
Interesting.
No, don't believe me. I had a look at that. All I'm saying.
But you went to the guys first.
Just. I didn't know how long pants were going to be left off for.
Believe me, you didn't want to miss your opportunity. Is what you're saying. You saw.
You can say the same for the women.
You had an opportunity to see some men's bits, and you thought I better take it.
No,
because this may never happen again.
No, so what happened?
Go to a YMCA locker room.
2 women, 2 men, right? I don't know what sort of event this is where you're all looking at anyone get their knickers and pants off. I don't know why you're looking at all. So you go right. There's knickers and pants off. Right. Let's check out the knob and testicles first.
You're telling me you've never, like, when you've been in a gym or anything, you've not just sort of turned your head, had a look, and gone, all right, yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
So let's just get this question right. Have we ever been in a gym and just taken a sneaky glance at a man's genitals?
1,000,000 times.
Is that your question to us?
Right. For me, it's the same as when you see someone who's a bit odd, 2 heads or whatever.
I ever noticed that the people most comfortable with getting butt naked in men's locker rooms, like the older you are, the more comfortable. It's not like if you have a better body, you're more comfortable taking your shirt off, right? Or I mean, you're whipping your dick out. But the older guys just do not care. So yeah, I've seen a lot of saggy balls at the gym in my lifetime.
Well, I'll be honest. If I was in a gym and a bloke came in with 2 heads, I'd look. I'd get a sneaky glance in the mirror. I'd go.
Sorry, but you'd look at his genitals or his 2 heads.
His 2 heads.
Or
see if he has 2
heads and then think, I wonder if he's got 2 cocks.
Yeah.
I don't try to look there. If I'll tell you what, and now I admit it, if I'm ever in a gym and a naked man with 2 heads walks in,
I want to know if he
I
has
probably
2
will
dicks.
check out the genitals as well, just to make sure that he's got 2 of everything.
Can I tell you the thing that always freaks me out? I do sometimes go to the
4
gym. I live
cheeks.
in North London, and the thing that always freaks me out is if there's an elderly man, often quite short. I'm always freaked out because there's at least 2 I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises, and I always find that really disturbing. There's an elderly man, often quite short. I'm always freaked out because there's at least 2 I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises.
So you're saying if you're short and old, you have a large penis?
And I always find that really disturbing because sometimes you can't help but notice because it's like Godzilla coming through the change room. Do you know what I mean? So that I do admit, that's the only instance where my eye has been naturally drawn to.
No, I just walk by and say, nice cock, and then I keep walking. They don't care.
Do you know what annoys me in gyms? Where people walk round happily naked all the time whistling. They get weighed naked, pop a towel on and take off 3 ounces.
How exact have those measurements got to be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Pop a towel on. I mean, unless you're going on the space shuttle, I reckon you could give or take a couple of stone. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Absolutely right. Well, we've put that to bed.
Guys, I have to pee so bad. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's go. And see, guys, do you notice anything wrong with this jacket? I just got it for Christmas, and I was making bacon, and I didn't realize that the fire just burnt it. I'm sending it back, but I'm cold. Oh, look. That's great. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah. Absolutely right. Well, we've put that to bed.
Carl, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
I know this is what a lot of the fans are already wondering. Is there going to be some monkey news today?
There's got to be.
Of course there is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
Well, I don't want... I'm worried because maybe this will steal your thunder. But Sarah has emailed this in, a chimp mauling under investigation. I know you're concerned, because this actually fuses two
Ooh, is this the lady?
of our greatest features, monkey news and knob news, into one
He ripped off a knob.
seamless whole. Investigators said they are trying to figure out how two chimpanzees that viciously attacked a visitor at an animal sanctuary escaped from their cage. This is the grim bit. The chimps chewed off a man's nose and severely mauled his genitals and limbs.
Why did they go for his genitals?
Both of them did as well.
Eh?
Both of them. Did you say two chimps?
No, you're right, yeah, it was chimpanzees too. Yeah, I don't know if
See,
both
which
of them
one
went,
did it?
they just saw that they're dangling away and they
You
just
go
went,
for the nose?
Yeah.
I go for his bollocks.
And then
What accent have
I have a theory with my burnt coat theory. I'm so sad. I just got this and I was ruined. It was a present, and I'm too afraid to tell the person who got me it because then they'll think I didn't care. I gotta throw it out. I think that maybe, I heard they do this in the wild. Maybe they're just sadistic freaks, but also I think they might be smart enough to know if I wreck your genitals, then you are no longer a threat to impregnating females, and then more females for me. It could be the reason. And they mistook the guy for a rival chimp.
they got there?
I don't know.
Were they kind of New York gangster chimps? They like soprano chimps?
what happened to him anyway?
Well, unfortunately, they were shot dead by the authorities.
No, the guy.
That annoys me a bit.
I know, but again,
What are you talking about? They're attacking people's gonads.
I know, but they were happy in a...
Yeah, but it's the news people's fault for not keeping them in. That's like...
African jungle a couple of years ago.
That's what they do, isn't it?
That is what they do.
But why aren't they just sort of tranquilised?
Harambe.
Where was
Why
this?
have
Was
I
this in
been
the zoo?
accused like it was my fault? It's because I happen to be reading Sarah who emailed it in, someone who should be getting a
It just
bollocking.
annoys me how one way it's kind of like, you know, we're trying to save the pandas, and then the next day someone's shooting them or whatever. I've talked about this before about St. George killed the last dragon, right?
No, it didn't exist.
It's the same thing though.
No, there's never been any dragons. It's a mythical creature.
Well, you don't
By
know
mythical,
that.
it means we made this up, like the unicorn.
Well,
I don't even... What was your point about the dragon? What's that
Centaur.
got to do with
because
this?
I'm saying out like, why is it all right to be going around going mental with a gun, shooting all the monkeys and killing them? Because one day we're going to run out.
This was an animal sanctuary, though. So presumably they had quite a cushy time there, because most of the ones I visited, they've always got it easy. They're hanging around on tyres, they got comfy chairs, they're wanking. They're going berserk, they're loving it.
What about the one where it's like... and then it falls off the thing?
But hang on a minute, you've just answered your own question there. You said they're in a sanctuary, so they haven't had a good upbringing. So they're going to be a bit more like madder than other monkeys, aren't they? Because that's where the ill ones go, isn't it?
Sorry, what do you understand by sanctuary?
Well, I've been to one for seals.
It's not like a borstal.
Yeah, he thinks it's a borstal. He
It's like
thinks that,
scum.
No, yeah, that they did some bad stuff in the jungle, and that they had a little monkey caught, and they went, send him to Borstal.
Well, what is it then?
No, it's a monkey sanctuary where it like a haven.
Well, it's not a haven, is it? They've got a bullet in the head.
Talking of eating knobs, Carol Thatcher, you know, a daughter of one of our leaders.
Sure.
Well, you saw it in I'm a Celebrity. Getting
Why
That-
is she so... Whenever I bring up Margaret Thatcher, like in Discord, people go crazy. I'm like, well, what happened? What did she do? Did I say something?
out there. She popped a couple of bollocks in the mouth, chewed them up, swallowed them.
Oh.
Kangaroo penis there, dried. She couldn't even get, it was so tough she couldn't even get through it. And then she, eventually she eats
What was it, like a pepperoni?
Yeah, and she, what do you think of that, Carl?
What, eating that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
I watch it. I like those little trial bits, right?
Yeah.
But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How'd you know?
No, it's just, you know, you think about it and you go, oh, couldn't do that, right? But what they never mention on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right? They're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning.
Sure. Right.
Which
for
is
breakfast.
worse, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Ant and Dec said, right, Carl, eat the knob, I'd go, hang on a minute, give us a few hours, let me get some rice and that on my belly, and just sort of fill me up a little bit more.
I thought
I'll
drink.
pop back at about 6:30 this evening.
Right.
Have it ready. And I'd be happier then. It's just that thing of, you know,
You don't want to eat animal genitals on an empty stomach.
So what are you saying? You could
I'm saying like I could eat a knob at night, but
just cut that there.
Not in the
We'll loop
morning.
That. If any DJs are listening, just take that quote.
I could eat a knob at night. That could be a good drop.
Eat a knob at night by Carl Pilkington. Maybe do a dance remix.
Yeah, maybe
get
you're sort of a
royalties.
house producer, and you could maybe get some kind of high energy beat going, and then we could just send that out to some of the gay clubs. I'm sure it'd be really popular.
Please, anyone send us, that looped with a nice little, funky house beat. Carl Pilkington saying, "I could eat a knob at night."
I could eat a knob at night. Is it over
Rick, it's
already?
that time again. It's what everyone's waiting for. Can you do the jingle for us?
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news. You.
Beep, boop,
this week the
screech.
monkey news is about, we all know, like, there's monkeys knocking about that aren't happy in this country, shouldn't they?
It is a big problem. Yeah, it's an epidemic.
So they've set up like this place,
Okay.
where they all go. The ones that aren't happy in a zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Ooh. Question. Does the folded over dorsal fin of a killer whale mean it's unhappy to be in captivity, or does that happen in the wild?
This zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Pop them in this house place, right? And basically, they can run riot in there.
Yeah.
To get freedom to sort of cheer themselves up. There's 3 people running this place, right? So these monkeys, big house and that,
PlayStation, anything they want.
gym, all that lot.
Jim.
One of them wanted to mess about with the woman's breasts.
Which woman's breast?
The woman who works there, right? And she
Hey,
was
if
like,
I was a monkey and an attractive... I'm going to shut up before I get in trouble.
right, pack it in, we've all had a bit of fun.
Pack it in.
Gym and everything. She obviously, got a bit excited and that. He was fired up and that, ready for some more action and that. He's trying to have a go on this woman's breast, right? She was like,
Have a go.
She was like, no.
Isn't it interesting how that animal is sexually attracted to a human?
Not doing that, pack it in and all that. The boss who's running the place was like, come on, let him have a go.
No, right, you're talking shit.
So anyway, right, so he's there and he's...
So the boss says, yeah, you
the
can have a
monkey's
group.
saying, the boss is saying,
Get
let him have
rid
a
of
go.
that.
Come on, Rita. If Monkey wants to play it with nipples, let him.
So she's
I
like,
want
I'm
to
not
see.
happy with this. And he's going,
That's just
come
a
on.
pervert who wants to see a monkey squeeze his employee, who he's probably been dreaming about for a while, to maybe see a slip.
If Monkey wants to play it with nipples, let him.
So she's like, I'm not happy with this. And he's going, come on, you know the rules here. We've got to cheer these monkeys up.
Oh, this is absolute.
We've
bollocks.
valued it.
Actually, no. And in the end, because she didn't allow it to happen, the fella bloke sacked her, got someone else in.
I want to see the advert he put in the Guardian media page. I love that. Woman
No.
wanted to let chimp feel tits whenever it wants.
Well, it's all up there.
You're talking absolute shit again.
Well, we'll see.
That is no way that happened.
I love these. I'm going to keep watching them. I love you guys. I love my jacket. I got it for Christmas, and then I burnt it. Love y'all. Hope you're all doing well. If you're not doing well, guys, don't worry, because I don't care. No, you'll be good soon. Bye, guys.